So over the last 11 years, I've had the opportunity to see the evolution of the ministry in Eswatini, and some of the most exciting progress has been through leadership and training programs that have been made accessible to some of the young adults within the communities that AIM reaches. And in the last few years, a new leadership and life skills development center has been launched called Umdoni. And this Umdoni farm is nestled on some great land in Eswatini and is what many hope will be a launch pad for local young adults to learn, grow, and then be able to go out in their own communities and their own country and make a difference. So please know that when you give to Eswatini, especially Umdoni, you're actually reaffirming the immense personal value of these young Swazi adults. And I know, at least for me, it's often easy to feel disassociated with people who are so far away on the other side of the world, but may we not forget that when we give to leadership and development programs like Umdoni, we're actually investing in our brothers and sisters in Christ. And so it's pretty encouraging when we remember how much more we can actually accomplish when we work together towards a common goal. There are a lot of incredible folks that work within the ministry in Eswatini that I've gotten to meet over the years. And one of them is Jayson Orvis. And he's a guy who is definitely passionate about seeing people gain the necessary skills and knowledge to be able to care not only for themselves, but for their families.
Helping people, it turns out, is way harder than it sounds. Having traveled the world and looked at dozens and dozens of humanitarian opportunities and participated in many of them, come to find out helping people is difficult, and helping people requires just kind of the right setup. Eswatini started out as an aid opportunity. So there were kids who just needed to eat. If they didn't eat, there was going to be severe malnutrition or even starvation issues. And AIM Eswatini stepped into that gap. Aid is one thing, and in my experience, it's actually a very rare need in the world to simply feed someone who needs to be fed. And ideally, aid is always temporary. In the case of Eswatini, aid was what was required immediately after the AIDS epidemic. And also there's some needs that have come along after natural disasters or COVID. But once the actual nutrition crisis in an area begins to improve, which is ideally where you want it to land, then what? Then what to do with these kids? These kids who have been fed, who have received some support, who've actually gotten help with schooling and have begun to flourish, what then? AIM Eswatini has been feeding kids for many, many years. But we were always wondering, what is the end game? What is the exit strategy? Lo and behold, the kids of Eswatini have now grown up, and they're handling the exit strategy. They've asked us for a certain kind of assistance, and that help is Umdoni. It's really exciting to be involved with Umdoni right now, because Umdoni's built on almost a decade of development of the young people of Eswatini, and those young people are so hungry and they're so pumped to lift up their own communities, and all they're asking us for is encouragement and to teach them some Western skills, simple things like trades or agriculture, ministry, and that is Umdoni.